We'll pop this out, I guess. If that works. Oops. So we do have it. I think. I'm just having it here on the side just so I know it exists. Even though it's really annoying. It doesn't really fit, but you know. Okay, don't really need to look at if I had any chats anyway. If I'm in the code section, agent, so we know we're looking at agent. We just gotta get the agent component from the object that this is attached to. And then nav agent.set destination. Now, do I have to do anything to actually make it move? No. Okay. I should start, I would suppose. Okay. Now let's take a look at it. We just need a target object. Let's put something over here. I do need to fix something though. We need a way for when the map is generated. So this is kind of like system stuff. Is generated, initiate NPCs with initiate NPCs because we do runtime generation of map, not scenes. Okay, that makes sense, and that's kind of what we're kind of focused on right now. How can I highlight? There we go. And I also need to make sure that when we do spawn this mesh, we need to assign it a layer. Let's see if I can just figure it out based off guess on syntax. So, building, navigation, mesh is right there. We build the floor right here. And I need to basically say the new floor dot layer equals. Is there I think there's like a text that they use, it layer text or something. No, there has to be like a layer mask dot get mask floor. I think that would be it. Let's see. Name to layer, is that what it is? Okay, it is a floor. Are we trying to, maybe we're have it set to ground actually. It should be ground. Okay, it's now working properly. Just checking that all the work we did last time is still working. Okay. Still gotta fix that Z issue, but that's working. Okay, that's all fine. Okay, that problem's fixed. Yeah, well, let's just mark this one. So, I'm trying to figure out how to get the NPC to move now. So, okay, it's now generating with the mesh and around the mesh. I wonder if I get it low enough, if it would like... Well, that's a question for later. We need to give this like gravity of some sort. Just a rigid body. Use gravity, is that what it is? Did I not have it on this one? No, it's using gravity. Okay, it is on the ground. Just the collider might be a bit off, it seems, which is fine. How are the volumes? Okay, so now it is touching the ground. Okay. I could use data-oriented styles to keep track of all the NPCs, but not focused on that right now. So what we should do is just make a basic reference manager to it. And then just store the objects in that reference manager, NPC manager. Where would my managers be? Okay, like in their specific use case, okay. So this would be under agents. NPC manager, let's just get this on here. Okay. Need to get mono behavior. Okay, cool. We can get the mono behavior, and we want a array. Make it a list. What is it in C#? Using dot system dot collections dot. What is it? What using for lists data type? Systems collection. Okay, it is that. Okay. So, perfect. And so we want a list of game objects. NPCs. All NPC, or NPC, let's just say all NPCs. Equals new list game objects. So we want to basically store, so void start so when we start this, we have all the NPCs and we want to store them. So we're going to use GameObject.find. Find what? Dot find. Let's do find objects of type all. Or basic. Find first object by type. Okay. Let's do this. Find game objects with tag. Game object array, okay. Basically gonna make me use this. So of course, because it's not gonna be in the list data type, so okay. We should just use an event. That's what we should do. Well, we're gonna need this data anyway, so why don't we just finish this? So let's just do for each game object NPC in all NPCs. And we'll just do a simple increment. Increment. It's gonna be this. Just number NPC increment. Okay. And then we're just gonna load out how many PCs we have in the debug log. NPC manager. Oh, I don't have anything with a tag NPC. Okay, there's only one. So if we add 2, it should do 2. Okay, so it has 2 now. Let's just delete this one. Get this one working. Okay, it is working, supposedly. it's working, so it can travel. We just need to initiate it now. I think this might be a server interaction event, but we want to make this something else actually. NPC event manager. Let's change the name. NPC events. This is how it works. Oops, it's a class. Duh. Okay, mono behavior is probably not spelled right. Or I might need Unity. Using Unity. Okay, I'm just spelling it incorrectly. Oh, Unity Engine. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Alright, so NPC events, mono behavior. Then we just need to basically... No, we don't want a network event. Just a Unity action. Let's do... So, a type. I think this is the type that we want to pass into it, maybe. I just need it to trigger, to be honest. I don't need anything else. So I think it could just be void, right? Or a Unity action. Initiate NPCs. It would just be on whatever it is, right? So public, it's gonna be static probably. Static, yeah, it's gonna be static. Void on initiate NPCs. We can invoke initiate NPCs. Something like that. Okay, yeah, we're basically making sure if that does exist, we can invoke it. I believe that's what we're doing. Okay, yeah, we can invoke it here. So once we invoke this is static, but okay. So that means in every NPC I can initiate them. At least for now. We can be like, we're done with this. initiate NPCs. So we're going to do that here for now as temporary.
At Cox, your internet and mobile price won't change for 5 years. That's 5 New Year celebrations. 5 Valentine's
Once we
Days,
initiate the NPCs
5
here,
4th of Julys, 5 Halloweens,
we have to make
5
sure
Thanksgivings, and 5 summers that go by too fast. Through it all, your
NPC
price
events.
stays the
Where's
same
the
with our 5-year price
NPC
lock guarantee.
folder?
Cox, a step ahead. Requires 2 gig speeds and gig unlimited mobile.
Agents.
Taxes and fees excluded from price lock. Mobile data speeds reduced after 20 gigs.
We need to subscribe to this. Private void start, and we could say dot initiate NPCs. Then we can add initiate NPC. I think this is it. Don't really need to pass anything, and then we'll run that, and then destroy. We'll just make sure to clean that up. I think this is good. Okay. Okay, now it's moving to the location that it wants to move to. Of course, it never gets there, but okay, so we set the destination initially, and then it moves it. So let's say we had like 3 of these, then 3 of them supposedly would be doing the same thing. Say 4 actually. Okay, so they're now moving to a location over there, or at least trying to. Question is once we place, we want to do this. Okay, we're actually already doing this. No, a little bit faster than I thought. Okay. I need to like really think through the systems for the NPCs, what I'm doing, but I need to test some things out first. So what am I trying to figure out? Like I need to figure out adjusting bake of floors when floor map changes. so that requires a couple of things. I mean, we're just doing full mesh first, right? And then we're going to think about separating mesh into chunks. And then we're going to figure out navigating chunks of mesh versus single mesh. And then baking floors based off its mesh being changed, not others. Okay, that's kind of what we're going through right now. Bake off floors and floor map changes. Okay, so we're gonna figure out how do I know which mesh is being targeted? So I'm basically telling that this mesh is being affected. And we know that we have the generated floor. I'm not sure. Okay, we gotta look at like when we're right casting toward the object. Would have to happen in the raycast. Because all clients are going to have to do this, but that it should still run on the client, even if it's okay. That's right. So when we're doing this in the future, this should be initiated once the server sends out a broadcast to initialize the NPCs. But we don't know how much logic of NPCs would be handled server versus client side. I am using nav mesh for navigation. That makes all my pathings client side. Since C# LightNet cannot run nav mesh, maybe only on the host, then others other clients run. Get the data from the server. So if you're like the host, you're taking a ton of resources to run this game. I don't know if this is even a problem I should worry about yet. It doesn't matter if people can cheat. I mean, solo project, it just is what it is. I can't really do anything about that. This is not a competitive game, so it doesn't matter. But this is a problem. Well, it seems I'm building something hybrid where the host's client acting as a server with the C-Lite server on his computer, and his client updates the LightNet server, and server broadcasts it. That's the change. So how would I go about transforming positions on clients? Not use nav mesh and just feed UDP data that updates positions? Is there a possibility of too much throughput because of this? Wouldn't that be a lot of packets to send from host to clients? Like, it's, I think, just because of the choice I made, it would be... It's like 4 steps. What's like 1 step is 4 steps because of this online component. Like how much I should do server side versus client side is just a constantly moving target. Okay, yeah. And then okay, I'm trying to come up with a solution for the fact that navmesh and my C# server will be operating on different foundational operating types, you know, Unity versus C Lightning. Is there a solution in which I'm not generating several navigation solutions just to match these up? Which seems like what I'd have to do. Maybe I am ignorant. I need a pathway toward not doing something so utterly complicated. But the question is, but the host would then have to navmesh 500 agents. How to handle off-screen agent navigation if we do that? We don't know until we try. So let's see how far we can push it before we're like, the host can't do this. Okay. So we got that. Should we make all the decision making local to that NPC? Well, yeah, this is where it starts. So now we're making the NPC system. Okay. Got it. Let's see. Just kind of like working in here for right now. It's like a lot of geometry stuff. Just kind of, let's call this building system. Here, I'm trying to think about the NPC system. Let's just get some text. Okay. So what are basic things the NPCs will be doing? Just getting the basics. They need to collect materials. So this is like survival, right? So kind of like two categories. Survival stuff. Gather materials. Build. Eat. Sleep. Gather materials can mean anything from like hunt, chop wood, fish, etc. Relation. So like converse, or just say communicate, or just say talk. Think of ponder, think, talk, think about something, like, you know, like, let's see, make opinions, and decide what to be, or something of those lines. I don't know. Let's just make it talk and make opinions for now. Let's just keep it simple. So when we think about, it needs to make a decision. So it's going to have a state. So it has a state, then I will basically interchange with several states. What is that? Whatever, I don't know what that's about, but okay. And we just need kind of like a list of states, I would say. Gather, build, eat, sleep, talk, let's say think. just going to consider that thinking. So if you have a state, you gather, build, eat, sleep, talk, think. These are interchangeable states. We now need to figure out, go over here. Something that like decides. So I need data, like it has a data component to this. Like what are things that make it want to make decisions about these things, like hunger, comfort, goals, fatigue, and social. And curious, curiosity, whatever. So I'm gonna start with that. Keep it simple. So consider this like the data section. Data. States. So somehow you're feeding this data into the application that contains its state here. And this has the data, contains the state that it's going to interchange, which it also needs like a brain of some type, like a decision maker. How does the decision maker run and decide to make decisions?
Some people just don't get it. That Squarespace isn't just for websites. You can get a domain from...
At Cox, your internet and mobile price won't change for 5 years. From 5 Halloweens to 5 4th of Julys. Same price, guaranteed. Cox, a step ahead. Requires 2 gig speeds and gig unlimited mobile. Taxes and fees excluded from price lock. Mobile data speeds reduced after 20 gigs.
Okay. This is just gonna have like some kind of, like, how would the decision maker work? When does it decide? It's like an algorithm, like decision. I think we just come up with some basic decision-making algorithm that will then oh my god. Let's just do this. That will then decide like what state we're supposed to be in. And this is just kind of like the I think this just might be the NPC script on the game object. They're all running their own sets of data, which I don't know if it's probably gonna be too expensive, but it's what we're gonna do. And then we can strip this out and do it data oriented in the future if we really need to. But for now, I think this is fine. We'll see how far we can push that. So we need to build a state machine. Yay. Scripting, mono behavior. I'm gonna call this a NPC decision state. All right, call it I NPC decision state, because it's going to be an interface. I believe that's going to be the best course. Might not even need this. And then it has to obviously has to start change state void. Should pass in this maybe, or what is it, like a type maybe? Maybe it's a mono behavior. State. Yeah, let's leave it to that for now. We need to change state, and then we need to I don't think I need this or this. I just need to change state and then change state. What else is it they have to do? I forget. Like update state. No, I think you do this because you just override it. Maybe we should make it an abstract class instead of an interface. Maybe it should be public, yeah. And I think I don't need to make... I might need to make, yeah, make it abstract. Start update, fixed update, change state. I forget. There's something else that you're usually supposed to... What else do you usually implement for a state management? Like, change state and... enter. That's right. I mean, how have I previously done this? I need to get rid of these stupid course things I were doing. That's right, user control. Forgot what it's called. Let's see. Old. Yeah, it's not there either. user control. There we go. USO state. Oh, I just did an interface. I think this is it right here. I like doing it this way better than whatever that was recommending, but there's probably a reason not to do it this way. Let's call it game object NPC. I think you should probably pass it in for each one. Okay. Call this system design doc. So we now need the states here. Okay, I can't write it here, but make an enum. Yeah. E. Position state. I don't know if it should be capitalized. Okay, let's just do public enum. Gather, build, eat. Okay. How did I keep it so organized in my last project? Did I USO? Okay. IMPC. Eat. Or let's just say, yeah, say eat. Gather. Let's see, build. Okay, now let's take this. Public class IMPC build. Maybe I need to do mono behavior. Oh. Public interface. Just for now, we're just gonna do it like this. Well, actually, it shouldn't be public. Whatever. Think about that later. It's not even like a mono behavior. Why? Don't know what's going on with that. Private IMPC decision state, current state. Oh yeah, we have to have the other states too. Each state. states. Gather state. Maybe I should go ahead and assign these a state then, equals new. I don't know if this is how to do it. We're just gonna do it anyways. New. And then we can go ahead and set the first state. And then we should stick a label on top of each NPC's head. I don't want canvas, I just want floating text. World space canvas, okay, got it. So it is UI. And then we just gotta select world space. It's not even in a canvas. Oh no, it's in a canvas. Here it is. This is kind of huge or something. What's going on? Why is this thing so huge? Here's the I don't know, just playing around with it. To be honest, don't really know much about text. I should be able to see this in the game. Okay, I can see it there. That'll be useful. NPC basic. Okay. Serialized fields. And then we're going to need the state text. Should be like text mesh pro. How to get text mesh pro script in script. Text. It's just text? Okay. Build. That should change it to build. Oh yeah. I need oops. There we go. Cool. Now we got the basics that we need. We just need this to face the camera. And we don't need that for now. We can think about that later. To do just it's kind of like a secondary thing. Make state text face camera, and then 21 set show and non-show logic for game settings modes. That should be only like for testing, for example. Okay, interesting. I think this shouldn't happen until we initiate the NPC. We set the state, and then the state itself should inform on what we would be doing. The NPC, game object, we just pass ourselves into it, I would believe. The game object, because this is the whole thing. I'll just do the whole thing for now, I think. So for example, something like this. Has a navmesh agent. So let me just copy it to interstate.
Happy birthday, America! Bob's Discount Furniture has the furniture you've waited 250 years for. We've got reclining
It's probably not
sofas with
public.
genuine leather seats, dining sets with tons of storage, and pop-up sleeper sofas with charging built-in shelving, and more. Because nothing's more American than a sofa that's a bed and a library and a closet. Celebrate the 4th of July weekend at Bob's, where America shops for furniture. Oh my Bob!
NPC. Or navmesh agent. Okay, so that's all we need. We don't even need to get this. We can just... That should be fine. We just do that. You know what? Just for this because we needed that. We'll go basic, NPC basic. Such a bad name. NPC script. It's a 9. I just need the nav mesh agent, bro. Okay. Like, why aren't we getting this right? No, it's gonna be for the script. Yeah, it should work like this. Okay, so we need the position of okay, there we go. Okay, now it's using it based on the state machine here. And we can see interesting. Let's do this. Okay. Alright, so we got that. Using the state machine now. Excuse me. Alright, an hour and 40 minutes. Just gonna make a folder for this. Brain. New item. It's gonna be obviously a version of it. Oops. What am I doing? I don't think it needs to be a mono behavior. It just needs to be C#. Like the only thing this just needs, and then make decision of what state to take based on that data. NPC data. I think it will be just an interface. I don't even think it needs to be a class, it just needs to be NPC data sheet. Just needs to be a normal class. All right. I thought I made a data sheet, but I guess well, here it is. Okay, yes, we have the data sheet here. Let's make it a mono behavior so we can attach it to the script. Gonna make it public for now. These are all the fields based off of this. So hunger, comfort. It's all just gonna be ints. Comfort. Goals. Fatigue. Social. Curious? Curious. And then when we start, we can set all these fields to just a random level. Still got to attach it to the NPC. Okay. Yeah, so we can see all that. Let's just add it right here. Public NPC data sheet NPC. NPC data sheet. Yeah, so we have the data sheet.
At Cox, your internet and mobile price won't change for 5
And
years. That's 5 New Year celebrations, 5 Valentine's Days,
curious.
5 4th of Julys, 5 Halloweens, 5 Thanksgivings, and 5 summers that go by
Okay,
too
let's
fast.
go ahead and set that.
Through it all, your price stays the same with our 5-year price lock guarantee. Cox, a step ahead. Requires 2 gig speeds and gig unlimited mobile. Taxes and fees excluded from price lock. Mobile data speeds reduced after 20 gigs.
Sweet. Okay, that's there. think for now I have the NPC working. I can start building it, but I really need to figure out basically placing an object and then rebaking the floor based off that. Let me save. NPC, brain, thinking, brain, and state machine. I also added more. Gosh, I used to. Whatever. That'll be fine for now. And then on master, I need to get merge. Okay, we have all our changes still. Okay. Worried for a second there. Resaving. Nav mesh additions and changes. Located and previous commit. Saving scene backup during merge. We're in master branch, I believe. Get push u origin master. Get branch. We now need to make a branch for nav mesh and NPC pathfinding. And that's gonna be a biznatch to type out, so brand nav mesh path finding. Okay, cool. So it should be in the setting client is where we need to basically instantiate the object and therefore
And we're live from the living room as Doug eyes up the match.
have it rebake whatever we're placing it on.
Perfect. Hang on, what's this? Oh, he's gone for a can of Pepsi too. Incredible. What a finish. Sensational combination. Look at the delight on his face. There's no doubt about it. It just tastes better. Match days deserve Pepsi. Food deserves Pepsi. Grab a pack of Pepsi Zero Sugar for today's match. It's poetry in motion.
Okay, well, I think I'm good for now. I'll probably work on it a little bit later, but I'm gonna take a break and eat dinner.